Somebody asked me this question in my DMs, and the more I thought about it, the more I was like, ooh, layers. Now, on the surface, it looks like misogynoir, right? Because Riri is a 19-year-old girl, and Mr. Terrific is a man. But I'm gonna throw Sam Wilson in there too, because he's been treated like shit as well, so what the fuck is it? For one thing, Riri and Sam trigger replacement theory motherfuckers. They see them as replacing two of their favorite white men, Steve and Tony. And because we've been in an era of Marvel supremacy, Captain America and Iron Man are more well known, and so that makes Sam and Riri a bigger target. Which is hilarious because no one gave a shit about Iron Man before the commercial success of the MCU. Now, a lot of them were saying, oh, I didn't mind when Sam was Falcon. I just don't like him as Captain America for some mysterious fucking reason. That's because some of these motherfuckers, they're okay with black people existing on screen as long as they can be perceived as secondary to the white main character, like the black best friend or sidekick. And I think they're less threatened by Mr. Terrific because they perceive him as that. Just a black friend of Superman. Now, I say perceive because they're fucking idiots. I don't feel like Mr. Terrific is written to be a sidekick of shit. He's just as secondary as any of the other Justice gang in the movie. He's just the only one of them that said, you know what, Lois, I will go on this fuck-ass adventure with you. Now, again, Sam and Riri have bigger targets on them because they're affiliated with two very well-known superheroes. The average motherfucker likely does not know who Mr. Terrific is. The average motherfucker can probably name some of the original 6 Avengers from the MCU, and maybe they can remember Martian Manhunter because they watched the animated Justice League. And again, Sam and Riri trigger replacement theory motherfuckers. So even though all 3 characters are comic book canon and cast as the race that they have always originally been portrayed as, Sam and Riri are seen as more of a threat to racist ass people. Now that's not all, because I also think this has to do with how the respective fandoms of Marvel and DC have been allowed and empowered to act. Like I said, we're coming out of an era of Marvel supremacy, which is crazy because out of the two, Marvel has always been the underdog in the superhero world, but that's a whole different video. I think the Marvel fandom started really feeling themselves, maybe a little too much, including the shitty fuckboy fanboy bigots, especially after the tremendous success of the Infinity Saga, which featured mostly white heroes. And I think that they felt entitled to that forever. And then Steve gave Sam the shield and they went cuckoo fucking bananas. Now, the behavior wasn't directly encouraged, but it wasn't discouraged either. Because I feel like they took some cues from the energy of some moves that were made in the MCU. For instance, how long it took Sam to get his own movie. We started out strong in 2021, right? With WandaVision, with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which looked like it was meant to be like, hey, Sam is Captain America, get over it, deal with it. Sam got the shield in 2019. The show aired in 2021. It is now 2025 and we just got Brave New World. And then also the continued lack of marketing for projects that feature black people, that feature other marginalized people. And I think they took cues from that energy too. An energy that says, ain't nobody care about this DEI shit. And then this year, the silent part was said out loud. It came down from leadership that Marvel is headed in a different direction, worrying about the story, not making a point. Which again feels like fuck DEI. And it doesn't even look like Sam is gonna lead the Avengers. So it's giving appeasement. The fuckboy fanboys get what they want once again. And I think another example of this appeasement of the fuckboy fanboys is how Taskmaster was treated in Thunderbolts. They didn't like the character in Black Widow. They didn't like that it was a woman. So they shot her in the face after a brief cameo in Thunderbolts, despite her being all over the marketing material. A disabled character, mind you, that went through monstrous abuse. A character who I think deserved to have their story continued, but was treated in such a brutal way. So yeah, the fuckboy fanboys are going to treat Riri and Sam like shit because they feel empowered to. They feel listened to. They feel prioritized. Whether that's the intent or not, I think that's how they feel. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that DC fans are any better. But they've been wandering in a desert searching for an oasis of content for years. Even if they do have a problem with Mr. Terrific, because I mean, he did steal the show, I think even they know that this is not the time. We finally got a commercially successful Superman movie, shut the fuck up. But also it's like, you know, what energy are they taking cues from? Now generally James Gunn does really, really well with his black and women characters. They're more fleshed out, they don't feel like afterthoughts. And I think you can see that in how much spotlight was given to Mr. Terrific in Superman. And we're already looking at a Mr. Terrific spin-off. And James is talking about characters like Nubia. And also with the Superman movie reflecting a lot of geopolitical shit that's been going on for the last few years, and being a critique of certain individuals and certain world powers, I think think it sends the message that if you are a certain type of person who feels a certain type of way about certain types of people, this shit may not be for you. Your bullshit is not welcome here. And when the message of your film is kindness is punk rock, I think that might ward off evil spirits that come in the form of fuckboy fanboys. I think both Marvel and DC have sent messages as to where they are headed in the future, and the fans are taking cues from that. And I'm sure some of y'all can imagine how disappointing some of this is to me. But alas, we're calling a spade a spade. Fuck it.